This video is part of a series that we're doing on the Nashville Mayoral race in 2023. We've been talking to candidates, and today I have the chance to talk to Natisha Brooks, who is here and is running for mayor. How are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent.
Now, Ms. Brooks, tell the audience, please, why are you running for mayor?
Natisha Miss Brooks is running for mayor for these three top reasons. One, I'm an educator. I've got to support the teachers. I'm a retired educator, and I want to make sure that teachers are able to afford to live in the city that they serve. So I'm thinking $70,000 a year with the rise of inflation will keep teachers able to have a living quarters, live in homes here in Nashville instead of going outside to other counties to live. And then police officers, you too, supporting the blue, that you're able to live in the city that you serve. And then three, all roads leads to mental health. Mental health clinics on every corner or where churches are located so that we can support those that need to get the help from us.
And one of the things that I know that you as a former educator have seen are very passionate about the issue of children after school program or lack thereof. Would you talk a little bit about your observations and some of your solutions for that?
Yeah, so we have a lot of parents that work various shifts. So we say, for instance, 11 to 7. So if you're one of those parents that work from 11 to 7 and you can't get to your child, that the closing center of daycare or aftercare program is 6 p.m., then we would like to work with the state legislature, Governor Lee and his staff, to ensure extra dollars go into the public sector as well as the private sector too, so that parents are able to work their hours and not feel the rush or the need to pay someone else to pick up their children, or the stress to leave their job early, which cuts into their money and the monies that they make from their jobs.
No, thank you very much. And you also talked about public safety. One of the concerns of many citizens is crime. We certainly have a shortage in police officers. And what are some of the ways that you could engage the police and talk about the conversation around policing in Nashville?
Yes. So currently, according to the numbers that was given to me from Chief Drake and his department, we are 200 plus officers short. We need to make it a little bit more engaging and enticing for people to choose careers to be a police officer. So I would like I said $70,000 for teachers, $70,000 a year for police officers to starting, not growing salary, starting salary, so that they too can be able to live in the city that they serve. I also talked about housing. I would like to see and work with developers and private entities to have housing for teachers and police officers so that they can have affordable housing and not have to worry about going outside of the county of Davidson County to live, to work here.
One of the issues I know that you're passionate about is the cost of growth and change, and you mentioned gentrification in an earlier meeting. Would you talk a little bit about what you're seeing and what are some of the things you'd like to do about it?
So, as we're knocking on doors, it hurts, and I'm sure it hurts you too, that people are thinking that this could be their last day that they live in their home, and we don't want people to think that. Those people that have been here all of their lives, second, third, fourth generation families that are feeling that I've got to throw in the towel. We want to make sure, and especially for our seniors, that the property taxes, we've got to talk about our property taxes. I want those property taxes reduced back to the way they were before pre-COVID, so that people can afford to stay in their homes that they've lived in for so long and that they've cared for families in their homes. It's important to me that the artists, we have music artists here, entertainers, those that are coming to Nashville on faith, thinking that I'm hoping and praying that I can make it. Our teachers, our educators, our paraprofessionals, our city bus drivers, our sanitation workers, that they're able to live in the city that they use their working hands to serve.
Well, thank you very much for talking about that. Nashville has certainly grown tremendously over these last few years. And tell us a little about your own impressions of when you first arrived in Nashville, what you saw to today. And I say this on the backdrop of the fact that a Vanderbilt poll just came out recently in April showing that today most citizens are unhappy with the direction of the city.
I saw that Vanderbilt poll, and they polled about 1,100 people, and it's sad when over half of that poll says we're going in the wrong direction. So what do we do about that? Is it the it city? Not to many. We want to make sure that we are keeping up with our growth, but keeping up with our growth does not mean to increase our property taxes. It does not mean, and while we're talking about this, I am for transit, I am for light rail, because Nashville, we're not getting any smaller, but I don't want to put it to you, the taxpayer. My job as a mayor is to go raise the money. Remember the movie Jerry Maguire? Show me the money. Go raise the money. So I'm not putting it to you to solve our transportation problems. And the question was asked of me, what have I seen differently? I'm looking, if you've ever been in the Tennessean, I've got a straight shot down to Broadway. And I'm looking at Broadway and I'm saying, this is not what it used to be. But that doesn't mean that we can't grow with it. But we have to be careful with our growth. We have to be careful that we're not pushing people out so that we can grow bigger. This city is for everybody, those that came before us, those that are here now, and those that will come after us.
Well, thank you very much. We've addressed issues such as public safety and education, affordable housing and transit, which are some of the big issues that are often mentioned. You'd mentioned sanitation workers, and also there's been an issue of trash and garbage in the community. What's some of your thoughts about that?
Well, we need more sanitation workers, but I did talk to quite a few of them, and they need raises. The definition of capitalism, and I heard this from a gentleman that I knocked on his door, so he's going to be listening to this, moving with labor. If our sanitation workers can't afford to live here, then that's going to be a problem. So that's why I am for transit, so affordable transit, so that we can move around. Our trash buildup, we don't want that. The last thing we want, Nashville, is for our sanitation workers to go on strike. So that will be at one of our top agendas, is to make sure that our sanitation workers get the money that they deserve and earn, that they are not outsourced or pushed out either. You will be surprised, the jobs that we don't want to do, people actually love to do it for us. So if they're happy, we're going to be happy. A raise for the sanitation workers, not a quarter raise, a sizable raise, no less than $25 to $30 an hour.
Thank you. One of the issues that has been big this year during the Tennessee General Assembly session was the relationship between the state and the city, whether it's reducing the size of the council in half, even though that's been delayed by the courts for a few years, or whether it's taking away authority from committees or commissions, such as for the airport or for the sports authority. What are your thoughts about that, and how do we heal this relationship?
So, Natisha, our Miss Brooks, can work with a council of 40, 20, 15, but let's be realistic here. Nashville is growing. We can't work with a small size council. No disrespect to Lewis County, but this isn't Lewis County. This isn't Upshur County, where I'm from, 4,925 people. This is Davidson County. It's Madison, Inglewood, Goodlettsville, Belmead, Oak Hill, Antioch. We have to have voices and ears from all around Davidson County. So as you shrink the county, how many voices do we hear? And are we limiting people's voices by a reduced council? I'd like to work with the state legislature, ride around in a car, because a lot of times what a lot of people don't realize, the state legislature is there, but they don't actually live here. Some state representatives live in Murray County, Lewis County, Smith County. They have no idea the size of Davidson County. So one of the things that I want to work with the state legislature and have a good relationship, we're not going to be pushy, just have a good relationship. The first thing we need to do is to have them drive around the city, the metropolitan, so that they can see actually what they're dealing with and not just listening to those that live here that represent them. So right now, 40 members on the council. At first, I got to thinking about it and I got all hyped up into this, oh, me against the state, us against them. But no, it's we together. There's no us and there's no them. It's we together. And as I'm driving around Davidson County, because we're running for Nashville mayor, not quite sure 40 members is enough for the Metro Council. We might want to take a look at that. But I would like the state to deal with state's business. I don't want the state taking over B&A, the airport. I think the Metro Council and the mayor should stick with that. And I don't want the state taking over our education system either. We didn't talk about third grade retention. And that's why we want more after care and school programs to work with that, to work with our students. I don't like the state in Davidson County school business. So I want to work with Dr. Battle and the school board to ensure that our students get the scores and the teachers get the tools that they need to make a successful school year starting the 2023-2024 school year.
Now, you've mentioned some of the different neighborhoods from Madison and Englewood. You also have Belmead and Goodlettsville and Whites Creek and Antioch. Are you hearing similar trends from people in those different neighborhoods? Because Davidson is 525 square miles. You've got rural, urban, suburban. What are you hearing?
No. We're hearing different things, and this is why I've changed my mind on the way the council should be. Because if you reduce the council, you might be limiting, again, people's voices. The issues in Antioch are not the issues in Belmead. The issues in Englewood are not the issues in Oak Hill. The issues in Madison are not the issues off of Nolensville, Edmondson Pike area, Brentwood, Davidson County area. And what do I mean by that? Education, again. A lot of people think that this area over here has better tools of educating their children than this area over here. And this area over here has the better teachers. Now, let me take about 30 seconds to talk about that. When I was working in Orange County, what they would do is they would reward teachers that would bring students' their scores up, and they would move us around. I would like to offer and work with the state, to work with the county, to offer a significant size raise to performing teachers out of the inner city areas of the low performing schools, and let's move teachers around that can get the job, that will help increase our student scores. If it's working in Belmead, I'd like some of these Belmead teachers to move around here, because you might be offering something over here that they are not getting in this area. So yes, that education is number one. Potholes, number two. Potholes are different in each area, and I know because we've been knocking on doors. It depends on what area, where the roads are. The roads are better in this area, and they're complaining about that as well. And that has an effect on you, because if you have a busted tire, you can't get to work, and guess what? That's cost you $600 or $700 to get this fixed, and then it's cost you, remember capitalism, moving to labor. If you can't get to work, you can't pay your bills, and then what? You're set back. A busted tire can set you back on your income. So yes, all around is something totally different. Do we have aftercare and programs and community programs in Brentwood? Yes, we do. Do we have them in Bordeaux? No, we don't. That's a problem.
I want to switch to a lighter note and ask you a little about when people ask you who are visiting Nashville, if they only have a weekend to come, what would you tell them to go see and do?
That is a great question. So when Miss Brooks, Natisha, our Miss Brooks, wants to get away, I pretend like I'm Rocky Balboa, and I go to Percy Warner Park, and they've got these steps. You will need to put some ear music on, and don't look up. Just take your time. You'll get up the stairs. Put the Rocky music on, and I make it to the top, and I look all over Nashville, Percy Warner, and then there's a golf course. a 9-hole golf course there. My 2 children play golf. I don't play golf. I'm the lady in the golf cart. I wear the hat and I tell them where to put the ball. I can read lines because I'm physics. But Percy Warner's one, and right by Percy Warner is Cheekwood. You only need a few dollars. Put everybody in the car, go to Cheekwood and walk around. Get the smell of those great flowers. Now, there's 3 things that Miss Brooks does. Eat, eat again, and again eat. So these are the places that you need to eat. Monell's, that's where I'm going today. On Wednesday, they have chicken and pork chops. On Friday, they have catfish and chicken, and there's chicken with every meal. And if you want to go to breakfast, it's bacon, chicken, and the best sweet rolls you ever taste at your mouth. Now, another place that is a hidden secret, I believe, is Snooze. I'm going to mention you Snooze just for the moment. Now, I have to say this, Snooze, we got to work with the parking. No, I don't want our citizens coming to pay to park to eat. $30 almost to park, and I almost got my car towed. No. But Snooze, I'm going to give you a shout out. The best breakfast in East Nashville. We just got to work on the parking. And then last but not least, who would not go to the Bicentennial Mall? I'm an educator. Walk the Bicentennial Mall, go into the farmer's market, go to the Greek restaurant, tell them Natisha Brooks sent you. Get the gyro or gyro, however you want to say it. But eating is amazing. Monell's Restaurant, Snooze, the Bicentennial Mall, and stay fit, go walk the steps of Percy Warner.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brooks. And if people want to learn more about your campaign, where should they go?
Natisha for Nashville, the number 4, Nashville.com, that's the website. Natisha.Brooks, Instagram. Natisha Brooks, Facebook. Natisha Brooks 16, Twitter. I'm 52 years old, but I have the energy of a 16-year-old to help run this city and keep this city the it city just for you. And I have a YouTube channel. Please subscribe so that you can keep up with us door knocking and visiting. Natisha, the letter N, Natisha N, the T-H-E, mix, because I'm mixing it all up. We're all mixed up together here in Nashville. Natisha in the mix.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brooks, and to our viewers and readers. Remember, you have some upcoming deadlines coming up. Today is May 10th when we're recording this, but July 5th is the voter registration deadline. July 14th is the start of early voting, and August 3rd is the election. Don't miss out and keep up with debates and other information on Tennessean.com. Thank you.